Hello everyone, my name is Brie Simons. I am a speech pathologist. A big thank you to Parkinson's Queensland for having me on today to discuss my latest cookbook, Simply Modified. You might be wondering, what on earth does speech pathologists have to do with cooking? But I promise they both go hand in hand. Within my clinic, I see clients all around Australia and support them with something called dysphagia, known as swallowing difficulties. Now, for people with Parkinson's disease, this can be part of the progression of the condition, which is what inspired me to really create Simply Modified. Because while clients were doing so well in their upkeep with all their swallowing exercises, there were some that were saying, no, I just want something that's easier for me to eat, or for me to create with meal times, so that I can reduce some of that discomfort that I experience when I'm eating or drinking. So this is where Simply Modified comes in. It goes over some of those standardized terms that you might have heard of, like easy to chew, soft and bite-sized, minced and moist, and pureed, and it explains them in some really easy to understand terms, so that there's no confusion. I want to make sure that you feel empowered in your condition and you know what's going on. In addition, it also provides you with some really delicious recipes. So these are all plant-based whole food recipes. And within each recipe, I will show you, it is broken down into each of those categories. So the easy to chew, soft and bite-sized, minced, and the pureed, to show that, okay, this is the recipe, but dependent on how I'm presenting that day or my condition, here's how I modify it to make sure that it's still easier or safer to swallow. Now, of course, this doesn't replace support with a speech pathologist. I always kind of want to say that. Make sure that, in essence, you're navigating dysphagia with your speech pathologist by your side. But this is a wonderful guide when your speech pathologist isn't there with you in the kitchen. It's something that you can pick up to make sure you still feel empowered in navigating that. Now, some extra features of the cookbook. I have added in a wonderful guide at the back that also has some options of modified cutlery and utensils, because sometimes, dependent on your condition, there are some other ways that you might be able to support the ease of you actually eating or drinking. So they're all in the back as well, so super useful. Now, response from the cookbook has been really, really positive so far. There's kind of three main things that I keep hearing or taking away from the feedback. The first one is the nice sense of control. Often in dysphagia, we might feel a loss of control, or that the condition is taken over. But with having a cookbook or something like this by your side, you're able to have that sense that, okay, here's how I'm presenting today. Let's open the cookbook and find something that is going to give me that option to have that control of my mealtime. The other is a sense of choice. Too often I had clients present in my clinic and I would say, okay, give me an overview of what you've eaten today or throughout the week. And they would say the same meal over and over again. And while that has provided them with a sense of comfort, it does really restrict how much they've had to eat. So Simply Modified provides over 50 recipes, meaning that it gives you more choice. And so if it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, snacks, dessert, doesn't matter, you can pick it up and rest assured that there are some options in there, or a number of options in there, to help you in that sense of choice that you might be missing out on. And the third one is that sense of inclusion. Sometimes with dysphagia, we'll notice an isolation because of maybe a sense of embarrassment, or maybe just because the meal has been modified, or it's so different to what everyone else is eating that you might be eating that away from other people. But by using the Simply Modified cookbook, it has that sense of inclusion. Every recipe in there I love and I eat myself. I made that as a promise. Whatever I put in there, I want it to be something that I find delicious, that I've shared with my partner, my friends, my family. So you can rest assured that that sense of inclusion is there, because anyone can consume these, no matter the level of dysphagia as well, which is brilliant. Now, where you can get a copy, going onto my website, Simply Modified Cooking, you can find the copies on there, Australia-wide. I've also just started international shipping as well. Bear with me around that, but otherwise Australia-wide is good to go. Now, if you are a member of Parkinson's Queensland, you can also receive 20% off. So reach out to the Parkinson's Queensland office directly and they can present to you with a discount code. Of course, there are other options. If you don't have the means to purchase a copy, there is one available with Parkinson's Queensland, their library, that you can lend as well. Okay, any questions, feel free to reach out. I would love to hear from you all. Otherwise, happy cooking.